Alright, gentlemen, hello. Hello. I decided to put on a stream on one of my normal days, because I'm out of juice for doing anything more serious. Out of juice for the night. And I noticed Harmful had made a response. Let me go into the intro scene here. We've got... Let's take out the turtles. Take out the turtles. So we have a hit piece on Harmful Opinions by someone called Edgier Than Thou. A lesson in manufacturing outrage online is the title. And we have a response from Harmful Opinions. You know, who knows what will happen. Are you guys flowing in? Let me just see, check to make sure that I'm actually live. Okay, we're live. Oh, it seems my YouTube studio page is frozen. Check the analytics. Hello, Xylus. Hello. Yo, how you doing? Doing well. Hello, Darkroom09. While we wait for some people to flow in, let's wait like maybe 10 minutes. I will, is Harmful Opinions scored? As far as I know, but this video might debunk it. Let me just, get rid of that thing. So, I'm gonna draw while we wait, okay? I'm gonna illustrate me when I found out that Harmful Opinions has been, dethroned. All right. That's my hand that's there. All right. Here's my other hand grasping, unable to believe that Harmful Opinions has been destroyed so thoroughly. Okay, I need to go back to art school, most definitely. This is not looking like anything. Harmful Opinions is done.
Beautiful. Harmful Opinions is done. Will to flower emoji.
This is me finding out that Harmful Opinions is being destroyed, except that I'm fat, so my shirt goes up and I need to pull it down. All right. Okay. Okay.
Beautiful. Is that bearing?
No, it's supposed to be my stupid little avatar thing. God, dude, the sun could not possibly shine more into my eyes right now. Let's click over here. Okay, let me see who I missed. Nick no longer Wednesday, Thursday. This is just an exceptional, like, short stream because I thought this would be interesting content. Jeremy's Reaver, hello. Hello, Tarballs. Hello, the Little Owl. Hello, Redanian Knight Elect. Hello, David Canada. Hello, Giggin the Swede. And hello, Manda Commander. Who else? Hello, Starblade. Hello, Lucius Mau. Hello, the Omani School. Hello, Kevin Thomas. Hello, Dulce Bellamy Expertise. Hello, Xylus. Hello, Falcon Striker 87. And hello, Oz the Author. You know, this is enough. We can start. I think good enough for us to begin. Good enough to begin. So this is a video titled "A Lesson in Manufacturing." Oh, fuck! I keep doing that. Okay, let's go from this way, right to left, okay? A lesson in manufacturing outrage.
Good afternoon. I hope it's cooler for you too, red heart emoji.
Well, thank you, kicking the Swede, for the 20 kroner. Very awesome stuff. By a channel called Edgier Than Thou, and it came out just yesterday. And he's asking, give me literally all your money, and then posting a Patreon. That's pretty based. Pretty based, I have to say. Okay? Pretty based to just be like, give me all your money. We like that. We like that brutal honesty. And I assume that's going to be... We're going to be seeing that in this absolute bombshell. Absolute bombshell that just dropped. We've got the ever so important... We got the red lighting on one side and then blue lighting on the other. The classic red tube setup. So let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Hey folks, in recent years I've become increasingly disillusioned with internet culture and people's willingness to manufacture and fuel drama for the sole purpose of milking content and attention. For the
What? What? Who could possibly do that? Oh, by the way, thank you for the super chats, guys. Well, let's see.
the purposes of this video, I don't want or need you to care about the drama we're discussing
Is that a Lego Slave 1? Not very woke of you to have that in the background, okay?
in and of itself. What I want to draw your attention to are some
You want to draw the attention? Like this? Okay, let's focus on actual substance.
of the patterns on display that hopefully you will watch out for moving forward, whether in internet drama, political theater, or douchebag coworkers.
Alright, this guy's gonna teach us how to detect BS drama slop. Hello, Abyssal Grey.
I think I've set a reasonable standard on this channel, but just to catch you up so that you understand where I come from, I try not to take most internet beef super seriously. I'll make a little fun of people when they try and fail to debunk me or whatever, but it's not all that deep. Ultimately, no matter how gross I think their beliefs are, the person on the other end is still a human being, and I don't want to be like a source of torment for someone. Point being, I have no inherent issue with the decision to make
Can I get a Sportsnet play-by-play on the description of the set of this Brett tuber?
I'm not quite sure what a Sportsnet thing is. They just got Legos, man. Just a guy with long hair in a bisexual lighting, little man cave. Thank you, Just Unite Me, for the 2, €5.
a video about someone you don't like very much. That is completely in bounds. I do, however, have a problem with how certain people do it.
Man cave? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. This could be something, something else. Who knows? Oh, thank you, David Canada, for, getting the membership.
Content warning for discussions of sexual abuse. The subject of our...
Oh. Okay, well... I don't recall. So this is a response to Harmful Opinions video on the Skitty Bitty drama, which I don't believe really there was no sexual abuse being mentioned in there. It was about Skitty Bitty instructing on stream how, telling a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid in the chat, hey, this is how you can go and get yourself money you can use on the internet to pay for my Patreon behind your parents' back, which is, as you've seen on this channel, when children are going into spaces without their parents' knowledge or without their parents' consent, very bad things can happen. And in this case, y'all, they are non-binary. Okay, well, I'm gonna listen. In the great nation state of Finland, all right, we don't have gendered pronouns. Everyone is a they, all right? Although in casual language, we don't even call people, they, as in he, him. We call them just it, because, I don't know why, but that's just how it is. It, that, words like that. So I will be respectful. I will stay and say they. All right. So, same in Hungarian. Cool. Wait, what was your? Oh, okay. I got worried for a second that your avatar was a shield with a a little circle shape cut out from the top left or top right. That's a common no symbol, but it's actually just the Attack on Titan scout troop whatever symbol. Anyway.
Response today is a YouTuber who calls himself Harmful Opinions. This is a YouTuber who primarily makes anti-woke drama slop, and his most recent drama content surrounds
Primarily makes anti-woke drama slop.
of sexual abuse. The subject of our response today is a YouTuber who calls himself
Calls himself Harmful Opinions. Why was it necessary to specify calls himself? Okay.
Opinions. This is a YouTuber who primarily makes anti-woke drama slop.
So immediately when he begins to say primarily makes anti-woke drama slop, we have on screen, we've got leaflet, very, very woke, woke approved, another leaflet video, a third leaflet video, a fourth leaflet video, a Nuxtaku video. That's a 5-star, 5-star woke right there. Classic woke tale. And then a Tectone video. Like, if you want to say, like, ooh, primarily this guy does this, and then the screen fills up with the exact opposite, that's a bad move. Maybe if you, like, mathematically, you math it out, they're like, oh, well, actually, most of his content is anti-woke. But maybe that could work, but this just looks really stupid.
And his most recent drama content
and, here we have Nuxtaku, another Nuxtaku, anti-Nuxtaku videos. And, well, here we have some actual, maybe, possibly woke stuff, okay? Did you see the AI-ridden defense video Ember Paradox made? No, I did not. Also, Chibi reviews in the upper corner. Oh. I missed that one. Chee.
Beautiful. Yes, Nux and Tecton are super woke.
Yes, indeed, David. Thank you for the $5.
surrounds Nintendo content creator Skitty.
Alright, so now we're seeing maybe, okay, so this is some, like, against woke, kind of like, narratives, okay, I suppose. This is criticism of, like, a UK migrant, sort of like, pro-immigration, I guess, propaganda.
Beautiful. Classic sweep Andros. Nux is known for supporting trans futanari rights, clearly a woke guy.
Okay, thank you, Jesse Nightmare, for the 5. I mean, that is true, that is true. That could be a subject of a future presentation, but Nuxtaku actually has a history of supporting alternative lifestyles, which he says that, we ought not to have this in any media whatsoever, in any children's media like Stranger Things. That's a place where he suddenly cares about children being exposed to material instead of being like, oh, it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault, guys. Anyway, so what else?
Hopefully that's... And his most recent drama content surrounds Nintendo content creator Skitty Bitty.
Okay, so we have I hate Candace Owens and then Apostate Prophet. Like, he did a series of videos trying to take down, or like, well, taking down David Wood, who is like a, Christian conservative guy, and the Apostate Prophet is a guy that defended him. Shit. Excuse me. Defended David Wood. That's a figure that's going to be very relevant when I talk about Nuxtaku's connection to Shadman in a future stream.
Hopefully that's an accurate.
We're going to be going really in depth with the timeline and stuff. Anyway, well, let's go back a little bit.
His most recent drama content surrounds Nintendo content creator Skitty Bitty. Hopefully that's an accurate characterization. We're going to do something a little bit unusual by watching his videos in reverse. Actually, after writing most of this script, he's released.
Can't wait to see that. Yeah, it's what? Wait, Shadman was connected to AP. No. The reason why David Wood is relevant to Nuxtaku's, well, my coverage of Nuxtaku's Shadman associations is that, well, David Wood, you know, if you want to say like, oh, you know, Nuxtaku's association with Shadman is problematic, David Wood, I think, is way worse, and the way how Nuxtaku has platformed David Wood is way, way worse. So, David Wood and Shadman connection.
Candace Owens is a minority. Harmful opinions clearly racist. He's also bald. Coincidence?
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse Nightmare, for the $5. Nothing really to add to that. Isn't David Wood a pastor? Yeah, he's like a Christian, like, I mean, I'm not sure if he's a pastor, but he is like a religious Christian guy, you know, an apologist. Runs a channel called Apologetics Roadshow, I believe. You can ask Remnant, I believe you're like one of Remnant's people, I'm guessing, what he thinks about David Wood, and you can understand why someone might have a problem, you know, a fellow Christian might have a problem with David Wood.
Now a fourth video on this supposed drama that I will not be responding to. Just keep in mind, as soon as...
Wait, was that the rape guy? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Worse than zero? Yes. Yes. I don't recall Nuxtaku, even though he did defend Zero. Even though...
So criticizing people for just being dumb and doing bad things is anti-woke to this guy. I'm losing brain cells now.
Thank you, Link117, for the $4.99. Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. Thank you for the 5. So to respond to you, Bloodington, where did you go? I can't find the there it is. Worse than Zero. So Nuxtaku may have defended Zero and then deleted his defense. However, Nuxtaku never repeatedly platformed and took Zero at his word on like the topic of like Islam. All right. To stop the troll, I do find it incredibly funny, the absolutely disingenuous framing of who Harmful Opinions is. I mean, like, I would definitely characterize, like, if I had to say, is Harmful Opinions woke or anti-woke? He definitely falls, or like, you know, from the perspective of the woke camp, he definitely falls into the anti-woke sphere. But he's also not like a Tim Pool fan, he's not like a Tecto Nux fan, not a Leaflet fan, not a Revsis Desu fan, like kind of somewhere in the middle, leaning more conservative, I'd say. Harmful is actually Hassan Orbiter. Yeah, I saw like, I sent him a message from like some Reddit where people were saying that like Harmful Opinions is the most obvious Hassan Piker fanboy. But let's try to focus on this guy, because this guy right here, he's the hero of today's stream, okay? Let's go. Hero number 1. Because he's going to take down Harmful Opinions, whose name abbreviates to Ho, which is a clearly a reference to Christianity, because it's Santa Claus. So that makes him like anti-woke. There we go.
the next sentence in this video that I wrote most of this before he made even more content off of it. Unsurprisingly, this is a guy who loves the opportunity to keep a drama.
Beautiful.
I know culture wars aren't your cup of tea, but what is your take on Asmon's intention brigading, sweeping for Nux/Tectone, and advocating for politics that want to ban the games he allegedly enjoys?
Okay, divide by zero. Thank you for the $10. Extremely generous. Thank you very much. I do comment on some like culture war issues. I don't like the typical sides you see people take, like, oh, you're either like on like the Tectone Nux Asmongold end on the Hassan end. I don't really take either side. I'm kind of in the middle. I go by like issue per issue basis. Asmon's intention brigading sweeping for Nux/Tectone. Yeah, I think that's really, really despicable. Like, you can do better with how you pick your allies. You don't need Nuxtaku or Tectone as an ally to push, whatever anti-woke opinions you want to do.
Beautiful.
Also, worst time to have my name.
Okay, thank you for the $2 more. And hello, Harmful Opinions. We are you can't be influencing my stream, okay? My opinion might become extremely influenced by your presence. Anyway, let's go back a little bit. I need to focus on actually trying to listen to the video instead of responding to all these very generous amounts of super chats. Thank you guys very much. But can we keep that, put a little break for that so that we can focus on the video we're trying to react to.
Made even more content off of it. Unsurprisingly, this is a guy who loves the opportunity to keep a drama going for multiple videos. And
I mean, Harmful Opinions has this thing where like he holds back certain like information to see if like the response, if they fall for a trap, if they like try to lie to him. He's got this thing of holding back information, which is, I think it's like good. I think it's good. I personally, I just like, if I make a big hit piece like the Mutahar engineer thing or the big Nux video, I'm just like machine gunning everything that I got. I don't care. Who the fuck is this guy, Harmful Opinions? He's apparently some chud, evil chud we're about to pwn. We're gonna watch him get pwned.
in this case, he unwittingly gives the game away. This video is titled Skitty Bitty vs.
I don't think he's really hiding any game, okay? I just don't think that he's Oh. Like what game is he hiding is typically pretty open about the fact that if he's held back information to try to catch somebody if they give a half-assed response or a dishonest response. Sometimes when you have too many big points, it does have a purpose to drop these shreds of evidence in pieces so it all gets its own focus, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, most certainly, like, if you remember the Miskiv's attempt to fire back at Emiru by saying, she mistreated those rabbits. It's like, if that had been a thing, like, think about how big the Hassan dog controversy was. Hassan shocking his dog controversy. Neglecting rabbits controversy to death, like, that would be fucking horrible shit. But, you know, kind of the wrong time to deploy that. But anyway, let's try to focus on this.
And in this case, he unwittingly gives the game away. This video is titled Skitty Bitty versus Parental Consent.
The first complaint is that I supposedly left important information.
You got that second Muda video in the chamber? It's in the schedule, okay?
Out of my coverage when I talked about it. And you know what? Fair enough, you're right, I did. The second complaint is more of an accusation that I'm trying to make Skitty Bitty look like a nut.
See? See? Look how much better. Look how much better that would be. What a stupid fucking stupid bit.
Talked about it. And you know what? Fair enough. You're right. I did. The second complaint is more of an accusation that I'm trying to make Skitty Bitty look like a nonce. That
Oh. See? There you go. All right, better? Do Heihachi? All right, let's see. This is what he looks like, right? Like I think I fucked it up. Can he have a mohawk, please? Oh, sure.
Beautiful.
Here's 5 to give Harmful a mohawk and mutton chops.
All right, thank you, Jesse Nutman, for the 5. Well, I mean, we kind of already did mutton chops, right? Is that good?
Beautiful.
In Nicandro's Part 2 Muta video, we find out he doesn't use Linux and that he has been using Windows the whole time.
David Cannon, thank you for the 5. Give him a Mario mustache. All right. We can shit. There we go.
Beautiful.
Next video from Harmful is gonna cancel Nick, smiley face emoji.
Okay, thank you, Kicking the Sweet, for the 20 kroner. Okay, let's see. Wolverine's hair, please. What did Wolverine's hair look like? Shit. That's like, it's like this, right? It's like that, right? It's like that. Am I getting that right? You delete Twitter, bro? Yeah.
Beautiful.
A while ago.
Wolverine's hair, please.
I tried it already. Okay, let me look up on Google what the Wolverine hair is. Okay, now we got a better idea. Now we got a much better idea. All right. Oh shit. Dude, this is the fucking worst fucking. This is the worst stream content of all time, bro. This is the worst shit, dude. Okay, guys, we need to go on. Okay, we can't just keep drawing. We can't just continue drawing hairstyles on Apple. Okay. Oh, I keep misclicking. It's already Wolverine. Is that not Wolverine? Oh, do you mean like the beard too? This is imagine imagine doing this with the content nuke and getting sued by Ethan Klein. This is very transformative. Yeah. No, keep it as the entire stream. Come on, no way. No way. Let's leave harmful opinions alone, okay? There you go. That's the last piece of harmful harmful content. Okay.
I'm pedo jacketing. You seem to have misunderstood. I showed Skitty Bitty doing that to other people.
Nick is also an artist? No. I fucking suck at drawing, dude. What would you even draw on Ethan? I don't know.
Pedo jacketing. You seem to have misunderstood. I showed Skitty Bitty doing that to other people.
But it doesn't matter because Locked didn't get mass reported, he certainly didn't get banned, and even if he did, I genuinely couldn't care less. His whole account is simping for Nazi pedophiles and crying about how the West has fallen. Guys, the West has fallen. Billions must die. Very classic, very classic. Classic chat opinion. Oh.
Well, I went out of the way to say nothing of that kind of stuff was happening in that Discord. Not everything that is inappropriate with kids is sexual. It is none.
Yeah, and wait, hold on. Yeah, it was on the subject of pedo jacketing. Sometimes, even if you do inappropriate things with kids that are sexual in nature, like maybe, you know, maybe you show you're a young adult, just turned 18, you like send someone who's underage something inappropriate, you know, that's you being retarded. But, you know, if you're doing that because, oh, I want to show little kids weird shit, that's more concerning than just being reckless. Can you do chat logic? Look, listen, let's just leave harmful alone, okay? Leave harmful alone, okay?
Nonetheless, still inappropriate. And on top of all of that, the details I cut out when talking about it were cut out for the purpose of harm reduction. What I omitted was something that makes Skitty look a little pedo-y.
Okay, I have two things to say.
I mean, given what harmful goes on to show in that video, like, yeah, it's very generous not to put that in there. Harmful already got the same hair. True. Although, you know, listen, Chat Logic, he gets the bold comments, but if you look back, you know, as I have plenty of times working on videos about trauma from 2024, the finasteride is working. The finasteride is working, all right?
Here. First, my standard vis-a-vis internet pedojacketing. It's bad. You shouldn't implicitly or explicitly accuse people of serious crimes simply because you think they're bad people, unless you have meaningful evidence to back it up. I do, however, think it's perfectly fine, for instance, to point out that supporters of Donald Trump are pedophile defenders.
Well, is that really responsible to say? Because,
Beautiful.
One last request. Looks max harmful. Please, it's my last and only request.
Okay, Jesse Nightmare, thank you for the 5, and thank you, Brandroid. That's your name, right? Brandroid for the membership. I will do the Lux Max harmful thing when he appears, alright? I will honor your super chat, but, you know, the other requests, alright? It's too much. It's too much right now. So, to call someone a pedophile defender, like, I think you need to be explicitly defending the pedophile aspect to do that fairly. If you want to point out that, supporters of Donald Trump are defending a pedophile, that's a lot more valid than saying a pedophile defender.
Perfectly fine, for instance, to point out that supporters of Donald Trump are pedophile defenders. We have plenty of evidence that Donald Trump is guilty of this crime, and his supporters, many of whom are not predators themselves, are morally culpable for continuing to support him. You'll notice in the screenshot HO used that SB was doing the latter, not the former. Second,
Hold on.
not predators themselves are morally culpable for continuing to support him. Are pedophile defenders. We have plenty of evidence that Donald Trump is guilty of this crime, and his supporters...
Where's the evidence, bro? It's called the Epstein files. So hold on a second. Let's just let her listen to his point, okay?
I do, however, think it's perfectly fine, for instance, to point out that supporters of Donald Trump are pedophile defenders. We have plenty of evidence that Donald Trump is guilty of this crime, and his supporters, many of whom are not predators themselves, are morally culpable for continuing to support him. You'll notice in the screenshot HO
they are morally culpable for continuing to support him, okay?
That SB was doing the latter, not the former. Second,
so doing the latter of what, holding...
Notice in this
okay,
it's perfectly fine.
Let's listen to that again, because I keep being distracted by chat.
For instance, to point out that supporters of Donald Trump are pedophile defenders.
Okay. Supporters of this thing are defending pedophiles.
We have plenty of evidence that Donald Trump is guilty of this crime, and his supporters...
So what he's saying is that Octorok
many of whom
reviews
are not predators themselves are morally culpable for continuing to support him. You'll notice in the screenshot HO used that SB was doing the latter, not the former.
Okay, so supporting someone that or calling out someone for shit. I keep being distracted by the fucking chat. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. This is terrible. This is awful. So Skitty Bitty is doing the latter.
You'll know of whom are not predators themselves are morally culpable for continuing to support him.
Okay, and Skitty Bitty is calling out Octorok reviews for continuing to support, or that he's culpable for simping for Nazi pedophiles and crying about how the West has fallen.
Notice in the screenshot HO used that SB was doing the latter, not the former. Second, let us imagine for a moment that we live in a world where what...
Wait, the microphone is now muted. Okay. I thought you guys were saying that the microphone was muted. No, it's not. It ain't. It ain't, dog. It ain't. It's a throwaway line. Why focus on it? Because he's trying to make a point, okay?
What HO has just said, the former. Second, let us imagine for a moment that we live in a world where what HO has just said is true. He has, through investigative techniques, uncovered evidence that a YouTuber is guilty of predatory behavior. That's a really fucking weird thing to leave out of your video, ain't it?
Is that really what he was saying? Is that predatory behavior?
Guilty is true. He has, through investigative techniques, uncovered evidence that a YouTuber is guilty of predatory behavior. That's a really fucking weird thing to leave out.
It's okay, Nicandrus, you're still a better streamer than most of your enemies. Well, thank you very much. Isn't that kind to hear? So, are we talking predatory in terms of, pedophilic behavior? Because that's not what Harmful was exposing Skitty Bitty for. It was exposing Skitty Bitty for... I mean, he said that he's not, Skitty Bitty is not any kind of, pedophile, and it's not trying to make him look like one. However, this stuff of, telling a 13-year-old or instructing them on how to access a private chat with, random adults on the internet behind their parents' backs, exclusively or like specifically behind their parents' backs. You know, that's really fucked up.
Out of your video, ain't it? From his perspective, he's created a drama video exposing a YouTuber's inappropriate behavior with kids and left out the alleged smoking gun. Remember?
God, this guy looks very self-pleased in this.
Fucking weird thing to leave out of your video, ain't it? From his perspective, he's created a drama video exposing a YouTuber's inappropriate behavior with kids and left out the alleged smoking gun. Remember when...
It's not really... No? I mean, what... So what exactly... God, do I remember? What did Skitty Bitty... What was the issue besides just instructing the kid in their chat to get the stuff? Do you guys remember? He's got the same sentence structure as H-Bomber Guy. Yeah. You might want to check out the first video by Harmful. The minor tag in his Discord. Okay, yeah. So that's... Again, that's not predatory. That's not predatory behavior. That's just like reckless. That's making, you know, kids vulnerable.
Elon Musk got booted out of MAGA with kids and left out the alleged smoking gun. Remember when Elon Musk got booted out of MAGA for a bit and posted...
I think it was something about the Gerudo race in Zelda. No, that's the Octorok Reviews guys. He made like a rant about complain about like, I think something about like how the Gerudo are not racist. And Skitty Bitty complained about them being racist, and Harmful Opinions points out in his, you know, video criticizing Skitty Bitty that, oh yes, that's what it was, that Skitty Bitty, these names in this drama are so ridiculous, bro. Skitty Bitty is asking all the minors on their Discord server to go and report this video. And they have like this minor tag on their Discord, which is very irresponsible. No, this is the newer thing. We're talking about... Because that's what this guy's saying, is that Harmful left that information out. Harmful left this information out from his video exposing Skitty as a predator for having the minor tag on the Discord.
They left out the alleged smoking gun. Remember when Elon Musk got booted out of MAGA for a bit and posted that Donald Trump was covering up the Epstein files because his name was in there, and we collectively had to act like we didn't just watch a guy admit that he'd been covering for a child predator until it was no longer convenient for him? Harmful Opinions wants you to think he's the Elon Musk in this situation.
I don't think so. Going to report Octorok was a Nazi pedophile? Yeah, like, I think the original Harmful Opinions video about Skitty Bitty was about the way how... We can actually just check out the, Is this gonna, like, kill me? Let's put on the turtles. Let's put on the turtles. Not the band, just the way to block them. Yeah, so Skitty Bitty's Discord Child Army is the original title. And it was about the... It was about the Skitty Bitty having like the minor tag on the Discord, and also...
Beautiful.
This guy bringing up Trump, Musk, and MAGA is the same tactic as Nux bring up Hassan in an unrelated topic.
I don't know what unit of currency that is, but thank you for the 100. I appreciate it. Okay, so... Nah, this is just...
Casually sitting on incriminating information until he has a chance to weaponize it.
So... I mean, no, that's not... It's not really the same. It's not really the same at all. Yeah, that's also another... That's a good point, Rex. That's another aspect of it. Is that, Skitty Bitty characterized Octorok's, like, Twitter as being full of, like, Nazis and pedophiles. And Skitty then is telling their, like, Discord full of minors, or not full of minors, but a Discord that has a minor tag in it and has minors on it, that Skitty knows has minors on it, telling them to go to this Twitter and report it. So yeah, that's kind of no bueno. And Harmful clearly has left out these interactions or these live stream things about Skitty Bitty, like the smoking gun's already there, and he wasn't going for like a predator claim.
Now,
and that was just something he seems to have left out because he didn't want to color, didn't want to make it like so bad.
This person seems confused. Can we go back to the harmful opinion arts dream?
Thank you, Manda, for the 1337. Got the default price things in the stream element thing. That's okay.
were I an anti-woke slop tuber, this would be the moment I'd start pedo-jacketing. Why would you cover this up, Mr. Opinion, sir? I'm kinda suspicious, don't you?
So yeah, so Harmful already had the smoking gun. He wasn't trying to expose Skitty of predatory behavior in the first place, so this is just stupid. I should just go watch the video and come back. We'll probably still be in the first 5 minutes of the video here. But, I mean, listen, it's a critical watching, all right, critical viewing. Okay, we need to fill up the time so we don't get sued for copyright infringement. Okay. But yeah, so this guy's just completely off the rails. Totally misunderstood the entire situation.
You think? Except, of course, I know exactly.
Like, that's not what Harmful claimed. He already had the smoking gun for his claim, and the thing that he left out was simply extra information, which he seems to have left out for the purpose that he did not want to paint Skitty Bitty as some kind of actual predator.
Why he did this. YouTube drama cycles operate on constant.
So Harmful was actually endorsing and funding Skitty Bitty according to his comparison. That's also good. That's also good. That's a good point. That's a good point. That doesn't really, the Elon Musk thing doesn't really make any sense. I mean, maybe they're not counting that aspect as part of their analogy, but like Harmful was criticizing Skitty Bitty from the beginning.
Increasing stakes. Every subsequent video has to make the situation bigger, worse, scarier in some way. H.O. admitted in his original video that he had looked and could find no evidence of real impropriety, but he wanted that sweet, sweet attention and possibly ad revenue. So he...
Yeah, so like, he clarified there was no like sexual impropriety. That's great. And this newer video does not make any claim about like predatory, like sexual behavior at all. It's about irresponsibly instructing children in their audience, in their live chat, singling out children, saying, hey, I'm going to give you advice on how you can give me money behind your parents' back and join a chat room with me, a random adult on the internet.
Left some minor details out to give him an excuse to make a second follow-up video later and double his view count.
And even if that was the case, what's the problem? In this guy's argument, Harmful left out the smoking gun of like this claim about Skitty Bitty being a predator. But again, this just doesn't. That's not like this is. It's already straw manning, like misrepresenting what Harmful was even trying to say. Like it's just totally off the rails.
Excuse he gives is that he left this information out as harm reduction. To translate what that means, he knows it's bullshit.
Is that? Because I feel like it's a good move, because if he had left that in there, it would have completely consumed all the focus of the video, instead of focusing on just the issue of sending the children to the Nazi pedophile Twitter to report it, and having like the minor tag on the Discord server, which I believe Skitty Bitty has now taken out.
If he legitimately believed that kids were at risk, harm reduction would have necessitated he share it.
I mean, the harm was reduced as a consequence of Harmful's video. The minor tag was taken down, right?
Now, of course, even though H.O. has just admitted he's willing to leave out crucial information if it gives him an excuse to draw things out,
It's funny how every BreadTuber like this guy will always try to discredit the other guy by saying that they're just grifters and do everything for profit. Everyone against me is dishonest. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty classic thing. So,
You should probably look at that crucial information.
I mean, like
Willing to lead
this, like this whole video has already been built on completely wibbly-wobbly understandings of like what's happened. So it's just like, what's even the fucking point?
crucial information, if it gives him an excuse to draw things out, we
Well, let's see what's happening. Let's
should
see what's
probably
going to
look
happen.
at that crucial information. By virtue of making content about Nintendo games, SB naturally has some kids in their audience. Here's the
All right, that's fine. Having kids in your audience is, I like the way you said wibbly wobbly. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have kids in your audience, but what you do to like prevent them from, you know, like for example, like Himpleton, actually, friend of the stream, Himpleton. I shouted out their video about the Channel 5 in a community post recently. I was on Himpleton's server in the public VC. Well, yeah, in a voice channel. On Himpleton's server, Himpleton was like on his face cam, he was like leaning back and, you know, just like looking through some stuff. I was talking to, I think, Remnant at the time, and there was like some girl in the voice call playing Kerbal Space Marine. And like we were talking about like the Zooier Than Thou podcast stuff. And other kind of weird communities online. And suddenly this girl starts talking about like homework and like school. And I'm just like, excuse me? How old are you? And the girl just like gets confused and says, 16. And the look on Himpleton's face when he like fucking like hears that was fucking insane. He like instantly went and banned the minor. And implemented, he manually went through every member of the server, because it's an 18+ server, like there's not supposed to be kids in there. And he implemented an ID verification check on the Discord to make sure that that wouldn't happen again. And yes, instantly banned the minor, took action, and made a systemic change to the way the Discord runs, or the way it's run, in order to prevent that happening in the future. Like, doing far more than is necessary to qualify for, oh, there was nothing I could do. Like, if in the situation that there's like kids popping, you know, randomly like once a month or so, like I wouldn't call that neglect. That would be just like fine, as long as they get like kicked out when they out themselves. ID verification check, just to stop children getting onto the internet, we need your personal information. So it is possible to ask for somebody's ID, but then be like, hey, you can black out your name, you can black out your face photo. All I need to see from your ID is the time that, you know, your date of birth. And you don't even need to see the exact, you know, day. It's enough to see month and year. And that's a pretty solid way, especially if you have some way of checking that that happened, that's actually their ID. You don't need to see someone's full, unredacted ID to age verify them for a Discord server. So, like, no, I don't think that's, did I say time of birth or date of birth? Oh, wait, I'm seeing, yeah, you're saying, like, oh, you need to know the time of birth, when I said that it's not necessary to see the day or the month. As long as it's just like the year number, then that's fine. As long as it's not like, it's not the same year when they're turning 18. Anyway, so, you know, Himpleton W took action immediately. Apparently that user that got banned, they had been asked previously what their age was, and they they had lied to another moderator saying that they were 18. But for some reason, when I was there asking them, they said that they were 16. So I have the child finder. I have the special child finder ability, all right?
Beautiful.
I verify my users in my Discord with their SSN.
Thank you, Just Nightmare, for the tube. But anyway, the child finder. It's like Linkara, the light bringer. Nicandros, the child finder. Child detected. Destroy. Nick, stop. Don't call yourself the child finder. Nick, stop. It's not a... Is this a perk in Fallout? Listen. If somebody is going to take that out of... Like, turn that into a fucking thing... You share the same trait as Vosh to sniff out children? That's the Kharkiv kid finder, okay? That's a different thing. The child finder sounds terrible out of context. I mean, that's kind of my content, is like go to look at an internet community and find the children. Except for, it's not for like a nefarious reason. It's me, the child finder. Nicandros uses his powers for good? Exactly. Alright? Exactly. But anyway, let's continue with the video before we get out of control.
By virtue of making content about Nintendo games, SB naturally has some kids in their audience. Here's the first relevant piece of investigative journalism in HO's video.
Skitty has also publicly passed a judgment
Okay, I did promise to do the Lux Maxi. We'll do that later.
on this young boy's parents.
I can't
as
do
they
more
are
interruptions. I have to
ideological
actually
enemies.
watch the video. Anyway.
Kids in their audience. Here's the first relevant piece of investigative journalism in HO's video.
Skitty has also publicly passed a judgment on this young boy's parents, as they are ideological enemies.
I'm
Okay.
your dad. Go do your chores.
No, his parents are like homophobic crazy people.
Okay, I'm your internet uncle.
Before we continue, I'd like to clarify something. If you are homophobic and allow that homophobia to influence how you raise your child...
Is Tim gonna stream today? Yes, I believe in an hour, and we'll be raiding him.
You are doing them harm. Doesn't necessarily mean you're an abusive monster or that you're 100%...
Beautiful.
What docs tool did you use to identify the kid?
Nothing. I just like asked them. Okay, can we just...
your child. You are doing...
Thank you, Just Unite Me, for the 2.
something. If you are homophobic and allow that homophobia to influence how you raise your child, you are doing them harm.
Is that true in every situation? Like maybe if you're homophobic and you don't let your kid go to like some kind of, you know, LGBT parade that was accidental. Oh, this is like really stupid shit. You don't let your kid go to an LGBT parade that was accidentally labeled as appropriate for everybody when it was actually adults only. And then the kids with the parents who are like not homophobic, the kids get exposed to like the 18 plus gay parade thing, whereas the other ones don't. Okay, that's just nonsense. That's total. I mean, yeah, it's a possible outcome, but like, I understand what this guy's trying to say.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're an abusive monster or that you're 100% terrible parent, but you are objectively putting your bigoted feelings over your child's well-being. Harmful Opinions would like to make this a "you just hate Republicans" thing.
Is that really what's going on? I think the core element in that clip there was that SkittyPitties identified these parents as like, oh, you're terrible people, so therefore your guardianship, I can override, you know, your guardianship over your children and tell them how they should do things. Like, no, that's not. You're not their parent. That's not your business. You don't get to do that. We don't even know if the child's parents were even homophobic or why the kid claims that. The only person that knows the true context is the 13-year-old. I don't know if a 13-year-old can properly evaluate this. Yeah, possible.
But it isn't. This is a simple fact about human societies.
Yeah, so again, like, this is not... Again, like, this is just totally missing the point. Oh. I keep misclicking. I'm trying to approve comments that got hidden by YouTube's really stupid filter. God damn it. Sorry.
You just hate Republicans thing, but it isn't. This is a simple fact about human societies. I'm perfectly willing to entertain ideological disagreements with people and have made it quite clear that we should humanize people we dislike. But I will not compromise on objective reality, and frankly, I refuse to coddle...
I mean, you already have compromised on objective reality by misunderstanding everything this guy's fucking said.
...the feelings of homophobic weirdos who care more about their personal vendettas than taking care of their families.
I mean... Well, there's not really much I can say to
to
that.
coddle the feelings of homophobic weirdos who care more about their personal vendettas than taking care of their family.
Again, it just like totally misunderstood the entire point of what Harmful's trying to say. Like, even if you take out the homophobic aspect, like if you say, oh, Skitty Pitty is a Muslim content creator, and they said, oh, this kid's parents are Christians and they are heathens. I will now instruct you how to live accordingly to my Muslim standards and how to practice Islam behind your parents' back. Like, whatever you picked, like the ideology or the ideological position, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. It's about, you thinking you know better than somebody's parents.
Much like it would be fucking asinine to defend neglectful parenting as simply ideological disagreement, it is.
I mean, isn't that what you're doing?
Is complete horseshit.
I mean, no. That's what is defending is what is defending. What he is defending is the. Holy fuck! I can't talk. I can't think even. What he's defending is the weird shit that Skitty Pitty is doing.
To defend neglectful parenting as simply.
Or like trying to parent other people's kids, or like go behind other people's kids, or behind the back of parents to like tell their kids what to do.
Ideological disagreement, it is complete horseshit to defend bigoted parenting that way.
In a stream last year, Skitty plugged their Discord, and young lamented that he would. Stream last year, Skitty plugged their Discord, and young lamented.
Okay, and if he, it seems like he's trying to censor something there, so
that he wouldn't be able to join. He doesn't have a card, or I suppose a PayPal or anything that he could use to pay for access to get into the private Discord. His parents also presumably wouldn't want him joining the private Discord of a queerness-focused YouTuber. No problem though.
Again, it doesn't matter what the specific ideology or specific attribute is. This is someone trying to go behind, instructing someone on how to go behind their parents' backs to join a private chat room.
Skitty
with random adults
was there to help.
Anyway, if you want to join the Patreon, but you don't have a credit card, what you should do is you should buy yourself a.
Okay, so we got an attempt here to censor the name of the kid, I guess.
A Visa gift card at a store. I'm joking mostly, but I'm actually not really joking. If you are a child and you have crazy homophobic parents and you need to buy anything really, you should buy a Visa gift card because you could just spend that on anything. You can do that.
This now is the crux of HO's video. This was the horrible secret he was keeping. Now, I want to recap what we just watched so that we're on this.
Yeah, I think that's pretty horrible. Like, I mean, it's not molestation or grooming, but trying to distance someone from their parents in this way of tell them to go behind their parents' back and join a random chat room with adults, pay somebody money to join a random chat room with people that the parents don't want the kid hanging around with. Yeah, that's bad.
Same page. In this stream, the child.
But it's not predatory. It's not predation in a sexual sense, at least. And it wasn't presented as that.
The child in question wanted to give a YouTuber money. The YouTuber jokingly explained how to give them money before then acknowledging it as good general advice.
No.
Give a YouTuber money. The YouTuber jokingly explained how to give them money before.
Okay, what's the joke here? So this is the thing is with the fucking Nux server, so many of these fucking gay sweepers, not this guy's, but the people that sweep for Nux are like, oh, these are just jokes. These are just jokes. It's no. First of all, no, they're not. And second of all, what's the joke?
Than acknowledging it as good general advice outside of donating to YouTubers. If you're not a complete hack, it's very easy to see what happened here. Imagine for a moment you run a no-cash business. A potential customer comes up to you and says,
okay, so now we have how many views did this guy get? I think I've made more money from Super Chats than this guy got from this video. Yeah, so Skitty explicitly said they are not joking. Yes. Another about to go into some kind of crazy analogy that's
outside
completely does not apply at all whatsoever.
of donating to YouTubers. If you're not a complete hack, it's very easy to see what happened here. Imagine for a moment you run a no-cash business.
Okay.
A potential customer comes
So the customer is a child who we have identified that the child's parents do not want us to be okay, like this is no cash business. It's about joining a chat room on Discord with people that you know, the child's parents, allowing a child to give you money to join a chat room on a Discord with people you know the child's parents don't want their child around. Like this analogy is not applying.
up to you and says, "Gosh, I'd love to buy your products, but I only have cash." To which you reply, "Well, if you really want to give me money, you could open up a bank account and get a debit card. Actually, you should probably open up a bank account anyway."
It's just not. It's disanalogous.
The give me money part of the conversation was said lightheartedly, while the advice was given sincerely.
I never had to do shit like that because my parents.
So the advice, like, no. So initially they say, "I'm just kidding," and then they say, "No, I'm actually not kidding. You should do that." Do you think this guy did well in school? I don't know. What's worse? Who's worse, this goober or in Praise of Shadows? I'm not sure. Like, this is just like a total mess.
Are cool, but I support everyone who doesn't have cool parents in their quest for autonomy.
The
So,
autonomy to give YouTubers money and gain access to private chat rooms their parents wouldn't want them in.
You may
okay, exactly.
Beautiful.
Gar. Stuff is still Gar, even with SOCs on, especially if you say I am Gar.
Thank you, Sunday, for the 5. Like, exactly, but the Harmful's point is so clear. How do you, like, mess this up?
YouTubers money and gain access to private chat rooms their parents wouldn't want them in.
You may already have noticed some of the dishonest framing going on here, but it's actually worse than it looks. To get the obvious out of the way, as far as we
How is that framing dishonest?
know, the reason the parents in this circumstance don't want their child in this environment is not over some safety concern or mental health reasons. It's because the environment contains minorities. Leaving
Even if it did or didn't contain minorities, you still shouldn't be,
that out completely changes the tone of what we're discussing.
leaving that out changes the tone. No, it doesn't. If you make it about Muslims and Christians, okay? Or if you make it about, you know, something more broad like Democrats, Republicans, where sexual minorities are not involved, or like they're not the center focus, like it's still fucking weird to be telling someone, "Oh, your parents are Democrats. Well, here's how you can join my Republican chat room."
This is my channel, so I'm going to tell you a brief story from my childhood.
Oh my god.
I'll change a couple of specific details just to keep it vague, just in case I end up telling this story again. When I was around
Huh? In case you end up telling the story, what does that mean?
13
I wouldn't want my children talking to strangers on the internet? Yeah, exactly. That's totally fair.
or so, my mom came up to me and said, "Hey, that person over there just told me that you called them stupid." Immediately, I asked her, "Did they tell you why I called them that?" They, of course, hadn't, so I explained that this person had just gotten done telling me that the blacks were better off under Jim Crow, to
When you were 13?
which I, of course, said, "That's stupid." I was an eloquent 13-year-old. My mom gave me a look of horror at this, because of course, that changed the tone of the interaction quite a bit. The point I make in telling you this is that the asshole in this situation, the person who said something very racist, probably knew that if
And then everyone clap? Exactly.
they told my mom the whole story, she'd take my side. So they left out a crucial detail that completely changes things. But it remains the case that the sentences, "I'm your parent and I don't want you going to parties with drugs," and "I'm your parent and I don't want you going to parties with non-whites," are completely different sentiments, and one of them
Yeah, so again, just like
them is not
Beautiful.
It's statutory kidnapping.
oh, thank you, Sunday Math, for the 5, but I'm not sure if that's quite true. But this is again, it's just like silly nonsense built
Deserving
on misunderstanding.
the same consideration as the other. The other, more important little misrepresentation he gives here is the fear-mongering over private chat rooms. I point this out because, of course, the purpose
Private chat rooms with random adult people on the internet. Yeah. Extremely dangerous, well, potentially very dangerous for children on the internet. Especially when they are clearly seeking validation, seeking attention from people. Like...
in saying this is to imply shady behavior. What's going on in these private chat rooms? This is
No, that's... They are just inherently not like... inherently risky areas, and you don't want a situation where a kid cannot tell their parents, "Hey, I'm in the space," or that there exists like a boundary, or like a threshold against telling their parents, "Hey, I'm in this place, and this has happened," in case something bad happens, because then if you have like a sextortion type situation, excuse me, let me just God, this... Why isn't my Stream Deck not working properly? There we go. There we go. I don't want my 13-year-old hanging out with random 25-plus-year-olds on the internet. Exactly. So let's go.
of course, the purpose in saying this is to imply shady behavior. What's going on in these private chat rooms? This is another reason why he spread this information.
So it's about the risk. Having a inherently vulnerable person in a space with adults behind their parents' back. Like, nothing needs to... Like, even if nothing happens, that's still a bad thing. Like a bad practice in general.
Across 2 videos, because Harmful Opinions actually spent time in these private chat rooms, and here's what he found.
Skitty's Discord has a setup that I think is incredibly unwise. Now, it's clean. There's no porn. You're not allowed any not
647? I'm pretty sure it's 764. But yes, you are correct.
safe for work. I don't believe there'd be anything awful happening in there. But it does welcome kids. It does welcome minors. Generally, I'd say do not do that. But if you do and everything's clean, okay.
I'll address his follow-up complaint and the issue of responsibility in a moment, but to be unambiguously clear, this guy openly admits that he did not find concerning content in the server. Then, 2 videos later, he's implying that allowing a kid into this server is
a little pedo-y.
I'm gonna be...
So, the reason why he said it's a little pedo-y is, again, because of the aspect that you're getting a kid to join your Discord server behind their parents' back. Get it, like, you're like entering between the parent and the child. And when you're doing that kind of shit, like that's in the same areas, like, those are like grooming tactics to separate the child from the parent or to put some distance between there. Oh, can you keep a secret? You need to keep a secret. That kind of shit.
Mean for a second here. This guy does not give a flying fuck about child safety, nor does he care about finding and exposing dangerous behavior.
Pretty, in my experience, that's completely false.
He's either a knowing liar or a complete lunatic. To be unambiguously clear, because apparently this is difficult online, I'm not accusing him of predatory behavior himself, and I think anyone who tried to do that would be grasping at straws as far as I can tell.
People who tell children to keep secrets from family are always exhibiting gross behavior. I mean, like, why would you need someone? Like, if you tell a kid, hey kid, you can't tell your parents about the things we talk about online. Like, what are you planning on telling this kid? Like, that's the reason why it's pedo-y.
What I am accusing him of,
like, it makes you extremely suspicious,
is willingly exploiting the subject for attention and money, drip-feeding information and manipulating his viewers to allow him to keep reheating the same nachos over and over again. Now, in saying that, I said he's reheating nachos. That implies that there existed nachos to reheat. So
Yes, they did. They did exist. There was plenty of like, yeah, there was. Skitty Bitty changed the Discord server's rules. It used to have a minor tag. Now it no longer does. Okay, so there was something to call out clearly, and things have been fixed.
So let's play one more clip to make sure that we're on the same page.
Point of concern one, though, the minors are tagged. The minors have a minor role, at least the ones that identify themselves. That seems extremely dangerous to me. Fish in a barrel for pedophiles is how I'd describe it. Like, you can let them
Exactly.
in while also being like, if you're identifiably clearly a kid, though, you're out. Something like that. Because that's most of the protection, right?
Because, like, the issue is that even if nothing is happening on the server itself, the other users on the server, if there is a predator on the server, they can be DMing people, they can be DMing the minors, and taking them to a separate Discord server, for example, where, you know, they do bad things. That's the risk.
The identification of a target for these people. It needs to be very risky for them to try and pull something. If the vulnerable people come pre-packaged and pre-labeled, that's just my take on it.
Getting over the sensationalist fish in a barrel language.
Okay. I don't know why that's an
that
issue.
Any sane person understands to be over-dramatized to get viewers riled up. This Discord structure was irresponsible. Having a minor
Okay, so there were nachos to fucking in the first place.
tag is not a good idea, and whilst I believe SB removed that tag before I was
Yeah, okay.
even fully aware of this drama, I said
Checked out this individual's Twitter, and it's got a massive amount of Sabrina Carpenter retweets, Invincible retweets / posts, and other media. Not any qualification to undermine someone's parenting.
as much privately.
Just to clarify, in case my wording is a little bit ambiguous here, the minor tag was removed, and to the best of my knowledge, that happened before I was aware of it. That's all that I meant there. I'm just gonna
Okay.
link their response video in a pinned comment if you are concerned about any of the specific details here. Although again, I don't think that you need to be to understand what's going on.
This would be, were an honest person making it, a valid critique, or rather, it is a valid critique made in an extremely dishonest way. Further, child safety online is a difficult thing to get perfectly right. That's not an excuse to get it wrong, but it does mean that we need to be a little bit introspective here. We should all know by now that the majority of victims of child sexual abuse were abused by someone they knew and trusted. This is not to discount the importance of online safety, not by a long shot, but it is, I don't know, a tad relevant when you're advocating for authoritarian, not by a long used by someone effective here. We should all know by now that the majority of victims
So this thing right here, okay?
Victims of child sexual abuse were abused by someone they knew and trusted.
So first of all, you're talking about CSA, not internet grooming. Alright? So, kind of a miss right there. But second of all, the reason why these statistics are like this is because of stranger danger awareness. It's because it is extremely risky for, you know, to go after the kids of some random person. Like, the idea that someone pulls up in a white van and just kidnaps a kid, that is super rare. And it basically doesn't happen anymore, statistically speaking.
This is not to discount the importance of online safety, not by a long shot, but it is, I don't know, a tad relevant when you're advocating for authoritarian parenting and mocking the concept of
Authoritarian parenting? Is this guy fucking serious, bro?
I don't know, a tad relevant when you're advocating for authoritarian parenting and
Hey, random adults, okay? Do not, don't instruct my child how to join a random fucking chat, how to give you money to join your chat room with a bunch of adults on there that apparently you have identified I wouldn't want my child to be with in the first place. What the fuck? What part of that parenting is authoritarian? I'm sorry, I don't get it.
mocking the concept of kids having autonomy. I'll admit that the importance of online safety, not by a long shot, but it is, I don't know, a tad relevant when you're advocating for authoritarian parenting and mocking the concept of kids having autonomy.
No, I don't think he was mocking the concept of kids having autonomy. This is insane. This is like ridiculous. Like, yes, kids can have autonomy, but random adults, I mean, there's no point in repeating myself.
I'll admit that I find this topic fucking infuriating, having seen example after example in my life of families protecting and covering up predators simply because they're related to them. But the ultimate point
Yeah, that's likely a thing in your family, bro.
is you may disagree where the line is placed when it comes to red flags from people's families, and many of these red flags point to different kinds of abuse, emotional, physical violence, what have you. But if you cannot understand why a person...
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, with Leaflet, like, the Leaflet situation is actually the complete opposite of what this fucking... Like, it's the complete polar opposite example of what this guy's, like, complaining, like, oh, this guy's problem is that there were minorities on the Discord. Leaflet's whole thing is that, hey, let's let in these kids so that we can educate them against, so that they're not influenced by transgender ideology. It is literally the opposite scenario, and in both cases, Harmful is saying, this is bad, why are you doing this? So, like, this guy's whole video is just like garbage.
Who can't materially change the situation might see some...
Let's
You
just go
cannot
back a little
understand why a person who can't materially change the situation might see some of the red flags of emotional abuse and point a kid towards autonomy, then I do not believe you are thinking...
So...
cannot understand why a person who can't...
If you cannot understand why a person who cannot change the situation... Materially change the situation...
might see some of the red flags of emotional abuse and point a kid towards autonomy...
How about instead of pointing a kid towards autonomy and your strategies for how you think the kid should handle the situation, how about you point them towards professional help, okay? If they're being abused by their parents, you can tell them, hey, why don't you contact your school counselor? Why don't you tell your, school teacher about, this stuff that's happening? This is silly.
Then I do not believe you are thinking straight. Also,
I do not believe you're thinking straight. Well, there's a joke about thinking the opposite of straight, but not in terms of geometry.
so just so that we're...
there's some like joke. There's some problematic joke to be made there about
abuse and point a kid towards autonomy, then I do not believe you are thinking straight. Also, just so that we're entirely clear on this, none of the situations I'm referring to involved me directly in any way.
Okay, that's good to know.
I
Not the offender, not the victim.
was not a victim in this circumstance.
Not the victim. Well, he didn't say not the offender. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm just joking.
Mr. Opinions has made 4 videos now on this drama that he's manufactured, and with the release of this, he's bound to
Manufactured? Jesus Christ.
make more. But I hope you at least gain something from seeing the ways that statements can be manipulated or reframed to...
We did see a lot of things about how statements can be manipulated and reframed. Yes, indeed. Not for Harmful Opinions, but from you.
Imply things that the creator is too cowardly to just state. Moving forward, if you end up getting sucked into internet drama, first of all, my sympathies, and second, I hope you remember that the people making drama content want your attention and your interest. And whilst it doesn't inherently mean that everything they say is a lie, it does mean you should take a look at it with an extreme degree of certainty. And for the record, well, I don't think
I wasn't listening.
You should take a look at it with an extremely mean that everything want your attention and your interest. And I hope you remember that the people making drama content want your attention and your interest.
That's every content creator. Every content creator wants your attention and your interest. I'm sorry.
And whilst it doesn't inherently mean that everything they say is a lie...
Yeah, and that applies to every single other content creator too.
It does mean you should take a look at it with an extreme degree of certainty. And for the record...
What? Extreme degree of certainty. Can I is that a word wrong situation, or am I misunderstanding? Am I misunderstanding something?
Well, I don't think I'm much of a drama person. That goes for me too. People have fairly
All right, nice.
pointed out times in the past where I've misinterpreted something or taken a statement out of context. And the people who catch these mistakes are often the best equipped to actually comment on the situation because they're listening actively and making up their own minds. Be that person. Anyhow.
All right, well, we have been that person. That's great. Let's go and, because Just Your Nightmare did, before we go to Harmful's response, Just Your Nightmare wanted to see the looks maxed Harmful.
Same page.
Point of concern one, though.
Let's see.
The minors are tagged. The minors have a minor role, at least.
All right. That's the looks maxing thing, right? What the fuck was that laugh? Just a little giggle, okay? He's mewing.
Beautiful.
I hope you like you Edge, well done, because this guy has been triple roasted at this point.
Oh, Sunday Math, thank you for the 5. Guess I should have extended it this far. There you go, is that looks maxed? We gotta get the bone smashing hammer, alright? Ain't that right? There we go. Harmvicular. True. True. Alright. So let's see the Harmful Opinions response. I heavily doubt it will be seeing much disagreement here.
The video is called A Lesson in Manufacturing Outrage Online. It's by Edgier Than Thou, and the thumbnail says, Spotting a Liar. If I skip anything, I'll tell you what I skipped and you can go look yourself. I'll link it below. Let's see what our guy has to say.
Hey folks, in recent years I've become increasingly disillusioned with internet culture.
Disillusioned with internet culture? What sort of esteem did you ever hold it in? Thank you to the people who sent this to me. Have a feeling this will be great.
And people's willingness to manufacture and fuel drama for the sole purpose of milking content and attention.
His response is very similar to what you said, or what I said. Yeah, I would assume so.
This is very nice. This is very refreshing. Normally when people talk about me, my viewers, they complain because my output is so low. I'll just go a month without making a video because I don't feel like it. I won't argue with them. I am a content god.
For the purposes of this video, I don't want or need you to care about the drama we're discussing in and of itself.
Yeah, I believe that this guy really wants people not to care. Seems about right.
That's a good point.
I want to draw your attention.
There's not going to be much disagreement here.
To are some of the patterns on display that hopefully you will watch out for moving forward, whether in internet drama, political theater, or douchebag coworkers.
Dear audience, here's what to do if your coworkers start acting like harmful opinions and talking about how you've been weird with a kid. Alright dude, let's hear your strats.
I think I've set a reasonable standard on this channel, but just to catch you up so that you understand where I come from, I try not to take most internet beef super seriously. I'll make a little fun of people when they try and fail to debunk me or whatever.
No need to ever say this, just behave in such a way. Right now you're simply broadcasting that you have issues. Show, don't tell. Embody, don't posture.
But it's not all that deep. Ultimately, no matter how gross I think their beliefs are, the person on the other end is still a human being, and I don't want to be like a source of torment for someone.
Do you think you could be? Where do you guys find these people? This is the yin to Skitty Bitty's yang.
I think these people need to learn the meaning of fear. People are getting way too bold saying disgusting shit on the internet.
Point being, I have no inherent issue with the decision to make a video about someone you don't like very much. That is completely in bounds.
Thanks for your permission. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we got, let's see here. I just set up the redirect thing.
That is completely in bounds.
Thanks for your permission. I appreciate it.
I do, however, have a problem with how certain people do it. Content warning for discussions of sexual abuse.
Why? Is this going to be another one of those, this person's been raped so they can do whatever they want, people? Had enough of that with the lolicons, man.
The subject of our response today is a YouTuber who calls himself Harmful Opinions. This is a YouTuber who primarily makes anti-woke drama slop.
Oh yeah, that was the Chibi Reviews video.
He says with videos shitting on Leaflet, Tectone, and Chibi Reviews on screen.
And his most recent drama content
Scrolling down to videos shitting on Nux Taku, videos about plagiarism.
surrounds Nintendo content creator Skitty Bitty.
Scrolls down to me shitting on Candace Owens and David Wood. Are you blind? Did you look at what you were screen capping? Or is that anti-woke to you? As before, it's refreshing though. Normally I get called a Hassan suck-up.
Hopefully that's an accurate characterization.
Well, is it really that normal? I mean, I've seen it a couple of times, but so who's in the wrong here? Clearly this guy on screen. Because they have completely misunderstood Harmful's video.
Sure, buddy, okay.
We're going to do something a little bit unusual by watching.
And they are like, I don't know if they are genuinely this stupid, but they are like misrepresenting it.
His videos in reverse. Actually, after writing most of this script.
You scripted this? This is a poor performance already if you're going off the top of the dome, like I do in my vids. I just sit down, talk for 10-20 minutes, whatever, depending. In this case, it's a bit...
Nicandros and Harmful Opinions, two of Hassan's biggest fans. True. I mean, you could probably say more about me than Harmful, but again, don't really watch Hassan's content. Don't watch Hassan's content much.
Different. I'm playing the video, talking, but you get what I'm saying.
He's released now a fourth video on this supposed drama that I will not be responding to. Just keep in mind, as soon as the next sentence in this...
Has this guy made a response to Harmful's video, or is he still scripting that one?
This video, that I wrote most of this before he made even more content off of it. Unsurprisingly, this is a guy who loves...
Let's look at the... Let me turn on the turtles for you guys, so that you... in case anything happens, but let me check the guy's channel real quickly and make sure that...
Hey folks, in recent years...
Take a look if he's got any videos, No, nothing. There's a members first video. No posts on... Okay, they have a Twitter instead of a Blue Sky. That's something, I guess. Let's see, X cancel. Have they made any claims about other? No, don't seem to have any, no recent activity. It's all old shit. It's all old shit. So yeah, no actual. There we go. Finally, this. Something's wrong with the stream deck, dude.
Loves the opportunity to keep a drama going for...
You and Harmful Opinions are the goats of calling out the truth. People just hate hearing it. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that very brave opinion.
Multiple videos.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But I would be very excited to see the guy respond to Harmful's response.
If shit keeps going, I'll keep talking.
He's in Harmful's comments. Okay, It's a bold move to open with a provably false prediction and then never acknowledge it admittedly. What? What? Okay, is the guy really gonna focus on like, oh, is this gonna be one of those, this person, yeah, I think that it was that claim that they're gonna be focusing on, bro.
And in this case, he unwittingly gives the game away.
It's pretty transparent, man. I see stuff that compels me to make a video, I make a video. People talk back or something.
Yeah, so clearly they're like latching on, grasping at straws on that one comment that Harmful made about how the oh, is this gonna be one of those people that oh, they got essayed, so you can't talk back badly about them? Yeah, that's what the
It happens.
that's what the guy's like gonna latch onto. I hope they make a response because it's gonna be fun.
And talk more.
This video
It's gonna be funny to react to that as well.
was titled Skitty Bitty versus Parental Consent.
The first complaint is that I supposedly left important information out of my coverage when I talked about it. And you know what? Fair enough, you're right, I did. The second complaint is more of an accusation that I'm trying to make Skitty Bitty look like a nonce, that I'm pedo-jacketing. You seem to have misunderstood. I showed
When it
Skitty
lines up,
Bitty
it's
doing
great.
that to other people. Well, I went out of the way to say nothing of that kind of stuff was happening in that Discord. Not everything that is inappropriate with kids is sexual. It is nonetheless still inappropriate. And on top of all of that, the details I cut out
Let's see if they line up.
when talking about it were cut out for the purpose of harm reduction. What I omitted was something that makes Skitty look a little pedo-y.
Okay, I have two things to say here. First, my standard vis-a-vis internet pedo-jacketing. It's bad.
Very agreeable, sure.
You shouldn't
But it's lining up
implicitly
even
or
better with the
explicitly
guy,
accuse people of serious
the Harmful.
crimes simply because you think they're bad people.
It's not just of doing a crime, it's of being in an unacceptable state of existence, of having an attraction to kids. Part of why it's nasty is because if you're just painting them that way, they can't really prove they're not. A more concrete accusation of an action can be disproven. Accusations regarding how you feel, harder to shake. Gotta be real certain before you go in like that.
There are actually like there apparently are tests you can do for like determining if someone is a pedophile, like literally testing their attraction to children. There is some kind of test for that where they like measure how erect someone gets based on certain images.
Unless you have meaningful evidence to back it up.
Yep, to be clear, bro's right. I was just adding a bit more.
I do, however, think it's perfectly fine, for instance, to point out that supporters of Donald Trump are pedophile defenders. We have plenty of evidence that Donald Trump is guilty of this crime, and
Any of that aside, I would actually relax my standards for public figures and especially politicians.
his supporters, many of whom are not predators themselves, are morally culpable for continuing to support him. You'll notice in the screenshot HO used that SB was doing the latter, not the former.
Ah, not true. The latter was done to Octo. The former was done to anyone he interacts with online. When you say his whole account is simping for Nazi pedophiles, you're saying something about the people he interacts with or says positive things of. Are you a gamer? It's an AoE pedo claim. Hits everyone, especially people that Skitty has previously put a spotlight on Octo interacting with. Are all of them pedophiles with concrete evidence? If he literally only interacts with
Yeah, so here's the thing of like sending the kids to. I think he showed it right there. Yeah.
Octo interacting with, are all of them
Well, that's not the one where Skitty is telling them to go and report the
pedophiles
account.
with concrete evidence? If he literally only interacts with pedophiles, fair enough, Jesus Christ, but I ain't digging into that. Did you?
Second, let us imagine for a moment that we live in a world where what HO has just said is true.
It is.
He has, through investigative techniques, uncovered evidence that a YouTuber is guilty of predatory behavior.
Just a YouTube transcript search, and in my opinion, they are.
That's a really fucking weird thing to leave out of your
The YouTube transcript search, and in
techniques, uncovered evidence that a YouTuber is guilty of predatory behavior.
just a YouTube transcript search, and in my opinion, they are.
That's a really
Beautiful.
Draw some dog ears and a snout for Reggie.
Okay, Sunday Math, thank you for the $2. All right, we will honor the super chat. All right, dog ears and a snout for Edgy. All right then. That's how they draw them, right? These are more like pig ears, dude. That's how it's right. Right, like this. This like this. Like this. Like that. Like that. There you go. Is that good? That's awful. Anyway. Harmful opinions. Bit the bullet on that one after looking up what is considered to encompass. Was hesitant before. Yeah, so I was opposed to calling it like sexually predatory, but like I suppose platonic predatory. Yeah, that's fine.
Fucking weird thing to leave out of
It's it fits at least my understanding of the definition.
your video, ain't it?
No. All right, let's hear it.
From his perspective, he's created a drama video exposing a YouTuber's inappropriate behavior with kids and left out the alleged smoking gun.
I didn't just leave it out. I cut it out of the video. Some people noted how severe my language was, despite having shown a milder thing. That's because originally I was talking about that as well. And
Actually, don't remember that from the original video.
I had to Frankenstein by recording a bit. Now, I'm looking at this blind, and I want to be fair, so let's listen to some more of what he says. Maybe he does understand or has figured out why.
Remember when Elon Musk got booted out of MAGA for a bit?
What in the fuck?
And posted that Donald Trump was covering up the Epstein files because his name was in there, and we collectively had to act like we didn't just watch a guy admit that he'd been covering for a child predator until it was no longer convenient for him?
Oh no, bro, you're being silly here.
Harmful Opinions wants you to think he's the Elon Musk in this situation.
Not really, and in no context would I wish to do that, unless we're talking about wealth.
Casually.
I mean, the one comment that the guy left was that wouldn't that imply that Harmful Opinions was like defending Skitty Bitty before?
Sitting on
If it's the Elon Musk, but I'm not sure if that's
incriminating information
taking the analogy too far.
until he has a chance to weaponize it.
No, I didn't sit on it. I actually used it instantly, just not to make a YouTube video with. Feel free to disagree with me, but I am not joking when I say how fucked up I think it is for a YouTuber to be talking to someone they believe is 13 like that. I see any fucking YouTuber talking directly to a kid like that. You're getting snitched on. If it helps, imagine it was me talking like that directly to a kid, instead of a little ooh-woo age
Oh, did you report it to the NCMEC or whatever thing?
regression voice plushie role player?
Now, were I an anti-woke slop-tuber, this would be the moment I'd start pedo-jacketing. Why would you cover this up, Mr. Opinions, sir? I'm kind of suspicious, don't you think?
Totally misunderstanding. There's a balance where, if something might be a threat, awareness helps avoiding it, right?
Secret Law got in touch with an old friend from when I worked at a care agency who I knew did kid stuff and is trained in safeguarding or whatever, and they radicalized the fuck out of me. Oh. Anything more?
But at the same time, if you know stuff you think is real bad is out there, you don't want to draw attention of that person to it until you know the right people have their hands on everything. Like as this guy who's supposedly pumping out anti-woke slop, I could have made that video instantly. Why do you think I waited a week? It's a complicated balance. Feel free to disagree with my approach. Feel free to disagree with how severe you think this stuff is. But I wasn't doing that.
Except, of course, I know exactly why he did this.
Absolutely not, because you're a YouTube-brained homunculus.
YouTube drama cycles operate on constantly increasing stakes. Every subsequent video has to make the situation bigger, worse, scarier in some way.
Yeah, like getting some examples on this, that would be cool. About the safeguarding stuff, the radicalizing elements.
H.O. admitted in his original video that he had looked and could find no evidence of real impropriety.
Totally untrue. I commented on the contents of the Discord. I suggested there was no sexual impropriety. There was some borderline stuff with someone with a minor tag talking about like who would date who and
there's of course the telling the minors to go and report a Twitter account that is supposedly full of Nazi pedophile stuff.
Height and stuff, but I felt it didn't cross a line. Far from saying there was no real impropriety, I pointed out 2 examples. There's minor tags, the kind of thing I've been talking about being a bad idea for about a decade.
And also that thing.
Now, a feature which has now been changed.
And also, just a little reminder, the moderators on Nuxtaku's public Discord server are smart enough, we're smart enough in 2022, or early 2022, to figure out that, hey, having a role which singles out somebody explicitly as being a minor, we don't want to do that. Like, even they had the idea or the knowledge that, like, hey, this is a bad idea. I show one of those examples in my, I think in my Nux video.
Good, and I suggested when you are so welcoming of minors, as young as 13, you shouldn't be linking them to Nazi pedophiles.
Or was it yeah, that's the Nazi pedophile linking thing.
Files on Twitter.
But he wanted that sweet, sweet attention and possibly ad revenue.
I know people who watch my stream are raging at this guy. Don't encourage the bold fuck to leave more juicy stuff on the table. I'm already too lazy about making videos. Past year, maybe more than a year, I've spiked like half of the videos I've made.
Yeah, even Nux understood. Nuxtaku's moderators on his public Discord server, based on chats on there, they know that like, hey, minor tag, bad idea. So, you know.
So he left some minor
Just as a point of reference.
details out
Pun intended?
to give him an excuse to make a second follow-up video later.
I don't need an excuse to make videos. I would have happily talked about the same thing 5 times if I felt like it. I operate on whims.
Anything involving Nux is standard. You know things are dire. I mean, definitely when Nuxtaku, when you're below Nuxtaku standards, then you know it's really bad, especially when it comes to Discord management.
Actually look through my stuff. I think that's pretty apparent. Just every now and then I get something stuck in my craw.
And double his view count. The excuse he gives is that he left this information out as harm reduction.
Uh-huh.
To translate what that means, he knows it's bullshit.
No, I genuinely think it's totally fucked up. Some fucking weirdo stranger on the internet talking to a kid like that. No. I wasn't joking about feeling a bit fucking ill in my first video. That's not kidding. I wasn't pretending. I sought advice and I was advised to report it. I think maybe a fair critique
Alright, so he has reported the
would be that I talked about it at all. Maybe, but like I said, it's sort of a balance. I think people should know. I think it crosses the line into public interest again. Feel free to disagree.
If he legitimately believed that kids were at risk, harm reduction would have necessitated he share it.
I did. Not in a YouTube video, though. Again, like I could
Exactly.
understand a criticism that you think I didn't wait long enough, but that was my judgment on the balance of people should know versus I don't want to give someone a chance to sweep stuff up.
Now, of course, even though HO has just admitted he's willing to leave out crucial information if it gives him an excuse to draw things out.
I used to stream for 8 hours a day. I can draw anything out forever if I feel like it with no excuse. Silly. Raped, retarded, ghetto Hollywood YouTube mindset. Content brained.
We should probably look at that crucial information. By virtue of making content about Nintendo games, SB naturally has some kids in their audience.
Yeah, the rest of this is likely, that's not really anything. I can't.
And I mean, literally
I got nothing
everyone
to
does.
disagree.
How you manage that is what matters.
Here's the first relevant piece of
Disagree with
investigative
you.
journalism in HO's video.
Skitty has also publicly passed a judgment on this young boy's parents, as they are ideological enemies.
I'm your dad. Go to your choice.
No,
let's speed
parents
up
are
a
like
little bit.
homophobic crazy people.
Okay, I'm your internet uncle.
Firstly, nice attempt at censoring the kid's name, but it's on screen. I just went for a standard of censoring any full usernames. But it's genuinely really hard, and I don't blame you because of how plastered with little kids Skitty's content is. Also, regarding the clip, can I just say that's fucking insane to me? Very normal, you know, just a stream where someone's amplifying the complaints of someone who claims to be 13 to thousands of people. Is that not bonkers? Hey guys, check this kid out. They're super fucking vulnerable and very receptive to anyone who validates their complaints about their parents. Check it out. What does this guy think about it?
Before we continue, I'd like to clarify something. If you are homophobic and allow that homophobia to influence how you raise your child, you are doing them harm. It doesn't necessarily mean you're an abusive monster, that you're 100% terrible parents, but you are objectively putting your bigoted feelings over your child's well-being.
And the way to deal with that, of course, is to form some sort of weird, overly familiar personal relationship with a YouTuber, yeah? Yeah?
Harmful Opinions would like to make this a
Yep.
you just hate Republicans thing.
I'm impressed. He caught that I was doing something there. Not exactly my intention, though, not quite. The point is to, like, inflame, I guess, people like this guy and push them to be a bit more loose and free with how they justify the behavior of YouTubers. Has he fallen in the trap? Let's see.
But it isn't. This is a simple fact about human societies.
Immediately, it's looking like no, actually. Good job, mate.
I am perfectly willing to entertain ideological disagreements with people and have made it quite clear
We already watched the guy's video, so we can speed through this.
that we should humanize people we dislike. But I will not compromise on objective reality. And frankly, I refuse to coddle the feelings of homophobic weirdos who care more about their personal vendettas than taking care of their families.
Nice, agree.
Much like it would be fucking asinine to defend neglectful parenting as simply ideological disagreement, it is complete horseshit to defend bigoted parenting that way.
Nice and balanced. Fair enough. Are we going to go any deeper, though, and discuss the reality of the situation where this is occurring, that this is someone claiming to be a kid who is also asking other people who claim to be kids for their Discord details and so on and so forth? You know, appropriate ways to approach this, etc., etc.? Looking forward, the answer is no. In a stream last year, Skitty plugged their Discord, and young lamented that he wouldn't be able to join. He doesn't have a card, or I suppose a PayPal or anything that he could use to pay for access to get into the private Discord. His parents also presumably wouldn't want him
Don't worry about overlapping my stream, bro. I gotta pee anyway.
joining the
Oh
private
yeah,
Discord.
I mean,
Of a queerness-focused YouTuber. No problem, though. Skitty was there to help.
Anyway, if you want to join the
we might go like maybe 10-15 minutes over.
Patreon, but you don't have a credit card, what you should do is you should buy yourself a Visa gift card at a store. I'm joking mostly, but
Joking mostly. So even there's like a... even in the initial thing, what they say, like there was still a kernel of truth in what they were saying, or they were being serious.
I'm actually not really joking. If you are a child and you have crazy homophobic parents and you need to buy anything really, you should buy a Visa gift card because you could just spend that on anything. You can do that.
This now is the crux of HO's video. This was the horrible secret he was keeping. Now,
Yeah, totally insane, massive red flag behavior between a YouTuber and a child.
I want to recap what we just watched so that we're on the same page. In this stream, the child in question wanted to give a YouTuber money. The YouTuber jokingly explained how to give them money before then acknowledging it as good general advice outside of donating to YouTubers.
Funny way to say explicitly stated they were not joking. I personally see someone hesitating about what they just said and then biting the bullet.
If you're not a complete hack, it's very easy to see what happened here. Imagine for a moment you run a
Indeed.
no-cash business. A potential customer comes up to you and says, gosh, I'd love to buy your products, but I only have cash. To which you reply, well, if you really want to give me money, you could open up a bank account and get a debit card.
Nope, you're not pulling that. This was explicitly and
I think my parents got me a debit card, but they can't see everything I spend on it, so I never use it. Oh, okay. So this I did not see.
specifically about hiding a purchase on Patreon from parents.
Yeah, so specifically hiding a purchase from parents. So yeah, so they have already the means to purchase without cash, but SkittyBitty was offering them advice on how to secretly buy things. Dude, there's so many. If you look up like HRT DIY guides, like there's a lot of those you can find on Reddit for teaching minors to, you know, buy that stuff using crypto so that it's like hidden from their parents. Isn't that a little
Look
bit,
at
that's a little bit bizarre.
things yourself, or are you just running on a video that a man you're calling a liar put out? That would be insanely irresponsible, wouldn't it? Additionally, I have to say, brother. Let's actually do this hypothetical, because it's not really analogous there, is it? A 13-year-old, not a customer, comes into an establishment, starts telling
They talk about HRT and Veed later in this stream. Yeah, that's always great.
the shopkeeper bad things about their parents. The shopkeep commiserates with them and tells everyone else in the store about it. And in fact, whatever the kid saying's bad about their parents means the parents wouldn't want them there. Later, the shopkeep decides to tell them, hey, we got like a private lounge for this kind of people in the back, but it costs $3. 13-year-old tells the shopkeep, I don't have a means of paying for that. So the shopkeeper then explains to this child how they could pay without their parents knowing. But it's even worse, isn't it? For it to truly be analogous, this shopkeeper would have to be wearing a mask and refusing to let anyone know his name. Maybe where you live, people are different. Where I'm at, that shopkeeper would probably have to move.
Actually, you should probably open up a bank account anyway. The give me money
How was SkittyBitty in contact with the 13-year-old before the 13-year-old was in the Discord? I think that is relevant considering Mr. Bisexual Lighting is using the kid's parents being homophobic as a reason. So they were in like the chat of the stream. It's a kid who is a viewer in the chat of this of SkittyBitty who's a streamer. That's the situation.
part of the conversation was said lightheartedly.
The classic gag, the classic bit where someone in their mid-20s tells a 13-year-old to do something, specifies they're not joking. Very funny.
While the advice
Any Reddit post advocating for kids to do HRT is either a troll or an OP, most likely, or an operation, most likely. I do not know what Skitty's stance on HRT to minors is. Even WPAT doesn't recommend that. Yeah,
was given sincerely.
I never had to do shit like that because my parents are cool.
The kid claimed in that stream that his parents would kill him for watching. Skitty asked why. Kid says his parents are homophobic extremists, especially his mom. And again, like Skitty is going based on the kid's description of their parents.
But I support everyone who doesn't have cool parents in their quest for autonomy.
The autonomy to give YouTubers money and gain access to private chat rooms their parents wouldn't want them in.
You may already have noticed some of the dishonest framing going on here, but it's actually worse than it looks. To get the obvious out of the way, as far as we know, the reason the parents in this circumstance don't want their child in this environment is not over some safety concern or mental health reasons.
Parents don't need a fucking reason for not wanting their kids
Bye-bye, harmful.
in a YouTuber's private chat room. You don't want your child to hang out with me and my buddies? Unfortunately, your reasoning is fallacious. The child is mine. What are you on?
It's because the environment contains minorities. Leaving that out,
I repeat that this person should have been directed to youth outreach programs run by healthcare professionals. Exactly. That's the only thing you should be doing as a content creator. If there are minors expressing that, "Ooh, I'm troubled, I got issues, I got problems." As I said in my response to Naxtaku's response, do not become the counselor, do not become the professional. Direct them to the professionals.
completely changes the tone of what we're discussing.
I didn't leave it out. It's in this video you're watching. Here I am, saying it. But also, specifically, to make sure this kid would be around people his parents are believed.
Careful was a grifter and a dipshit? Indeed.
not to want him around on account of their alleged homophobia. Did our guy just not understand what that sentence means? And regarding tone, I don't give a shit. Zero tolerance. So a guy tells some little story to illustrate, knowing the full details changes the tone. I did include what he said I didn't include, and I think quite clearly. So I won't subject you to it.
The point I make in telling you this is that the asshole in this situation, the person who said something very racist, probably knew that if they told my mom the whole story, she'd take my side. So they left out a crucial detail that completely changes things. But it remains the case that the sentences, I'm your parent, I don't want you going to parties with drugs, and I'm your parent, I don't want you going to parties with non-whites, are completely different sentiments, and one of them is not deserving of the same consideration as the other.
Cool story, bro. Both fall short of justifying a YouTuber interacting with a child fan like that. In my opinion, at least.
The other, more important little misrepresentation...
Chibi is the soy right version of Keffals? Absolutely. There are clips of Chibi talking about how if he had to move, if he wanted to move to another country, it would be Ireland, which is funny because that was where Keffals ended up moving into. And Chibi also has the crowdfunding scams of his own flavor.
He gives here.
Multiple ones actually, but he still has not gotten to the level of being like 100K in terms of the amount that he's collected from his audience.
Here is the fear
without justifying it.
Fear-mongering over private chat rooms.
Sorry, me saying it's private is a misrepresentation. Take that up with the owner. I believe that's their characterization as well. Quite emphatic that it's not public.
I point this out because, of course, the purpose in saying this is to imply shady behavior.
Incorrect. Doesn't even need to be anything happening. And we're certainly always going to be unaware of the full extent.
Yep.
YouTubers directly instructing 13-year-olds on how to bypass their parents' wishes or believed parents' wishes to get them into a more private space is behavior that should not ever be tolerated. That kind of involvement should not be happening and is obviously a gigantic red flag.
Yep.
What's going on?
Will the stream stay up, by the way? Yes, it will. Yeah, I don't see a reason why not.
In these private chat rooms. This is another reason why he spread this information across 2 videos, because
which information?
Harmful Opinions actually spent time in these private chat rooms, and here's what he found.
He just plays the clip of me saying there's no NSFW allowed. I don't think there's anything sexual going on, so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure I do reiterate that in the later video.
I'll address his follow-up complaint and the issue of responsibility in a moment, but to be unambiguously clear, this guy openly admits that he did not find concerning content in the server.
I also didn't look for it. It's fair enough that you don't know because I didn't lay out the timeline. So as I explained, when I was originally looking at this little scuffle between Skitty and Octo, the only thing I was really interested in was how tough Skitty was trying to come across. Calling Octo personal lolcow and so on and so forth. Flagged something in my mind like, this person is way overcompensating for something. I think this is a little puss who's going to try and get this guy banned in secret. I went and I only looked for that, and I instantly found it. I also noticed that the people talking about the Nazi pedophile stuff they were sent to look at had minor tags. By the time I thought to look into anything like I found in the YouTube clips, I'd already been banned from the server. I don't know what's in there. I was just being charitable. I have been sent a couple borderline things. By concerned individuals I was unable to verify myself, and given everything else we know, I'm not sure the wisdom of having an emotional support venting channel seems like a good way to get people who don't know better to share too much about themselves, but
excuse me, I had a thing black. I had my mic muted. So, any kind of vent channel, like in a server with minors on it, you are begging for children to overshare information about themselves with the internet, especially when they are in an emotional state. That is, no. Do not do that under any circumstances. You should not have vent channels where people are sharing, like, ranting about their parents or ranting about their family members, especially if that server's going to be around for like many, many years, because that's going to be like in that person's fingerprint, digital footprint for a long time. And, when something is out there on the internet, you can't really take it back.
But even then, this doesn't...
So, encouraging this kind of disclosure of information. If you want to do like a vent channel, you should be demanding people to like make an alt account, an anonymous throwaway to do that kind of shit. Well, should be instructing people that if they want to do like, if they want to vent about their like personal stuff, that should be happening on like an alt account, what do we call it? A throwaway account, all right?
Modify the problem.
So that the information cannot be connected to that person.
With what occurs on YouTube.
Then, 2 videos later, he's implying that allowing a kid into the server is
a little pedo-y. Incorrect, that's not what I'm implying as pedo-y. I'm suggesting that a YouTuber singling out a 13-year-old viewer for special attention and instructing them on how to enter a more private space with you against the assumed parents' wishes looks pedo-y as fuck. Because it does.
I'm gonna be mean for a second here. This guy does not give a flying fuck about child safety.
And yet my methods bear fruit. Do they not? Multiple Discords changed, including Skitties.
In a DM with a friend or in a public location, that's like in terms of priorities, like that's the number one thing. And it better be like an IRL friend instead of like some random guy on the internet who you know, might be an adult, you know, you don't know.
Nor does he care about finding and exposing dangerous behavior.
Tolerating this behavior from YouTubers is dangerous as fuck, actually. Or is this one of those retarded, well, I don't think his soul and his heart is really in it, so actually, we can do whatever we want at all times things?
He's either a knowing liar or a complete lunatic.
To be fair, many people have claimed the latter.
To be unambiguously clear, because apparently
Venting with an old, just like sensitive society. Yeah, but I mean, again, like if minors are involved, an even better thing you should be encouraging, instead of just like using a throwaway account for venting, is to tell them to go and talk to a professional in their school, talk to a teacher. Hey, I'm having issues. I'm having like problems. I would like to talk to, you know, about some problems that I have at home or whatever. It's easy. It's simple. Just do that.
apparently this is difficult online. I'm not accusing him of predatory behavior himself, and I think anyone who tried to do that would be grasping at straws as far as I can tell.
Yeah, you haven't done that at all. You haven't given that impression whatsoever. If you're worried about it, you can pull this clip. He has not done this.
What I am accusing him of is willingly exploiting the subject for attention and money, drip feeding information and manipulating his viewers to allow him to keep reheating the same nachos over and over again.
I'm not nearly as strategic as you think I am. If I felt like talking about exactly the same thing 10 times in a row, I would.
Now, in
Most people cannot stay anonymous, even on an alt. Yes, true. This is very, very much true. Very much true. Which is why, you know, children should be encouraged to think that, hey, listen, you do not understand the consequences, or like you cannot comprehend like how long shit is gonna stay online, and how easily a lot of stuff is traceable. So like, you know, the best thing to do is to just don't post shit on social media. If you're so lonely that you have to post shit on social media, there are other places where you can like fix that issue.
In saying that, I said he's reheating nachos. That implies that there existed nachos to reheat. So let's play one more clip to make sure that we're on the same page.
He just plays the clip of me explaining why I think minor tags are not a good idea on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Getting over the sensationalist fish in a barrel language that any sane person understands to be over-dramatized
Oh
to
my
get viewers
God.
riled up.
Is how I fucking talk, man. Maybe you just haven't seen what I've seen. Because I reckon you'd be less respectful of such choices.
This Discord structure was irresponsible.
Hell yeah, common sense. But I'm going to ask you to go one step further. Walk with me. Why is that a bad idea? And how do you think that relates to over and over and over again drawing attention to a child in your live stream that other people are chatting with? A child that is massively oversharing, and who's oversharing.
Yep. And again, like exactly that kind of oversharing, you should not be encouraging in any way.
Shares, you are then amplifying yourself. One of the streams where he shouted out has over 100,000 views. Come on,
100,000 views, Jesus Christ.
man, is this not nuts? You don't seem to live stream much, but would you behave like you've seen? Purely based on vibe, I don't think you would.
Having a minor tag is not a good idea, and whilst I
It's best to vent to a wall, that way only your neighbors will hear. Alternatively, just type shit down, like write things onto a piece of paper and then just like burn it or something. If you need to fucking write down your thoughts about something. So much simpler when you're not publishing information to the internet that can be traced to your identity. And potentially used against you later.
believe SB removed that tag before I was even fully aware of this drama. I said as much privately.
Sorry, to be clear, you've been in discussion with Skitty
Harmful opinions is bad and wrong. By the way, the minor tag is a bad idea, indeed.
Bitty about this. For all your bitching about changing tone.
Well,
As
hold
much
on.
privately.
Sorry,
I believe SB removed that tag before I was even fully aware of this drama. I said as much privately.
sorry.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. I did not even catch that this person was in communication with Skitty Bitty in private. Isn't that what diaries are for? Yes, they are, pretty much. Except diaries are meant to be kept, and somebody can steal those, so that you can lose them.
To be clear, you've been in discussion with Skitty Bitty about this. For all your bitching about changing tone by leaving information out, that sure changes the tone a whole fucking lot for me.
Just to clarify, in case my wording is
Yeah, so this person... is he tried claiming harmful opinions is some right-winger, and I'm so confused, like what? Tried to claim that harmful opinions is primarily an anti-woke content creator, when like his video, should I call it Discord? Yeah, whatever. His body of work in terms of like the most recent videos, it's kind of like pretty even in terms of like what's hitting like an anti-woke and what's hitting a woke content creator. So like clearly not like a sites cucked person along the lines of what is considered woke or unwoke. We would claim harmful opinions if we could, but he just doesn't agree with us.
A little bit ambiguous here. The minor tag was removed.
But so this person, being like, being in private communication with Skitty Bitty does not mean that they are like connected. But if that's not something they probably should have, they probably should have disclosed that at the start.
And to the best of my knowledge, that happened before I was like aware of it. That's all that I meant there.
Oh, sounding like you mean you just sent a DM to a YouTuber. What's the extent of your relationship? I'd love to know. This is the kind of stuff I love looking at. Are you trying to make yourself sound close by saying, I told them as much privately? Or are you actually networked? Like, imagine an anthropologist who focuses on YouTubers and hates them.
This would be, were an honest person making it, a valid critique.
It is, even if I'm the devil.
Or rather, it is a valid critique.
Thank you.
Made in an extremely dishonest way.
No.
Hey, we're back to fuck you again.
Further, child safety online is a difficult thing to get perfectly right.
True. Part of why I operate a kill-on-sight policy. I also just don't want them around me, as much as is possible. Like, the worst thing, actually, the real victim in all this skitty-bitty stuff is me. Since talking about it, I've got these fucking shitter babies coming into my messages going, well, fuck you, I'm 14, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, no.
Actually, no, they don't. If they're doing that, Jesus Christ. I responded to a skitty bitty community post, laying out my issue more plainly and not in the stylized way I talk on this channel, saying they're almost 18, and anyway, kids younger than that already know all about pedophilia. So,
wait, who said what?
I talk on this channel, saying they're almost 18, and anyway, kids younger more Jesus Christ.
Let me just go back a little bit.
Is me. Since talking about it, I've got these fucking shitter babies coming into my messages going, well, fuck you, I'm 14, I know what I'm doing. Actually, no, they don't. If they're doing that, Jesus Christ. I responded to his skitty bitty community post, laying out my issue more plainly and not in the stylized way I talk on this channel, saying they're almost 18, and anyway, kids younger than that already know all about pedophilia. So it's fine to send them to go and look at whatever. Total fucking nightmare. Insano world. I just wanted to make fun of someone for being a pussy when they present themselves as being tough, man. Why do I gotta know about all this?
That's not an excuse to get it wrong, but it does mean that we need to be a little bit introspective here. We should all know by now that the majority of victims of child sexual abuse were abused by someone they knew and
Yeah, so again, this stat is irrelevant.
trusted.
Oh my god, bro, what are you doing?
This is not to discount the importance of online safety, not by a long shot.
But
it is, I don't know, a tad relevant when you're advocating for authoritarian parenting and
Again, authoritarian parenting,
mocking the
not letting some random adult on the internet sneak your child into a chat room behind your back.
concept of kids have.
And as harmful, shows in this video, it was about specifically against the parents, like against the parents' knowledge, as opposed to merely teaching a kid how to get access to like digital money,
autonomy.
I don't believe I saw.
or how to pay for stuff on the internet. They already had the ability, but they wanted to join the Patreon behind their parents' back.
Said anything about what parents should do or how they should parent. I'm criticizing the practices of YouTubers. I was mocking exactly what you were doing here, a ridiculous justification of fucking effective anons on the internet teaching kids how they can secretly do things with them. I don't care what they end up doing, and there's no way to really know for sure, which is actually why this behavior shouldn't be tolerated. YouTubers should not have this kind of relationship with their audience. I will emphasize yet again, we're not talking about someone discussing a hypothetical or general advice. This was directed to...
What is the opposite of authoritarian parenting? Libertarian parenting? Democratic parenting? I don't know. Anarchist parenting?
to an individual regarding a specific desire of theirs. Even merely tolerating this kind of behavior creates risk. Promoting it and defending it and encouraging it ostensibly is insane.
I'll admit that I find this topic fucking infuriating, having seen example after example in my life of families protecting and covering up predators simply because they're related to them.
Wait. Hold on.
Example after example in my life of families protecting and covering
Yeah, in his life of families protecting and
up predators
covering up predators.
simply
Okay.
because they're
So my joke from earlier was indeed
related to them. But the ultimate point is, you may disagree where the line is placed
I will not continue my thought.
when it comes to red flags from people's families. And
Cool, now do red flags from random anonymous strangers online.
many of these red flags point to different kinds of abuse, emotional, physical violence, what have you. But if you cannot understand why a person who can't materially change the situation might see some of the red flags of emotional abuse
Yeah, so here again, here's the like the well, Skitty Bitty was trying to help this child. It's like no, not your job, not your business.
And point a kid towards autonomy, then I do not believe you are thinking straight.
My brother, we're talking about a YouTuber convincing a kid it's okay to watch them, support them, and generally be parasocial as fuck from what I've been looking at. Oh, but the broader message is that is ass covering.
Also, just so that we're entirely clear on this, none of the situations I'm referring to involve
This guy really is doing playing basketball makes you taller fallacy, but with PDFs. Okay.
to me directly in any way. I was not a victim in this circumstance. Mr. Opinions has made 4 videos now on this drama that he's manufactured, and with the release of this, he's bound to make more.
Hell yeah, brother.
But I hope you at least gain something from seeing the ways that statements can be manipulated or reframed to imply things that the creator is too cowardly to just state.
What exactly does he think I didn't say that I wanted to, but merely wanted to imply?
Did you know that driving near your own house increases the likelihood of having a car accident?
You're analyzing me while clearly knowing fucking nothing about me. It's just
Yeah.
a canned idea. You haven't actually engaged with the media I've put out. Like, go back to the start of this. Look at how he characterized my channel versus what was on screen as he said it. Simply not attached to reality, I fear.
Moving forward, if you end up getting sucked into internet drama, first of all, my sympathies. And second, I hope you remember that the people making drama content want your attention and your interest.
Giga Galaxy brain level commentary, people who upload media to YouTube want it to be seen.
And whilst it
Indeed.
doesn't inherently mean that everything they say
this
is a lie, it doesn't
this is all being just like nodding. Soy nodding
mean you should take
the whole time.
a look at it with an extreme degree of certainty.
Did you mean scrutiny? Scripted video, by the way. But yeah, you should do that regardless.
Oh, he did get it wrong, shit.
Actually.
And for the record, well, I don't think
Extreme degree of certainty.
I'm much of a drama person. That goes for me too.
Sorry, I pause-anded you. Fair enough. I'd like to say thank you to this individual for not critiquing my sketchy color grades. He appears to be a photographer, so he easily could have. And if you're watching, I'm going to say something man to man. You obviously disagree with me regardless, but I am not lying about what I think and feel. You obviously clearly don't like my style. I have a bit of mischief in me, and my chosen approach is almost always going to be polemical. You may not have guessed, but like you, I'm an American, and our nation was born out of a polemic. Yeah, it's fun, but also, it gets things done.
Oh, we got some patriotism in here.
Demonstrably. Already has in this case, hasn't it? Do you think Skitty Bitty is now more or less likely to directly talk to a kid like that again? When you're defending it, you're saying it's fine, totally normal, whatever, good even. But do you think, and I'm not talking about general discussion or a hypothetical or whatever, relating to the general idea of getting out from under bad parents, do you think exactly like that it's likely to ever happen again? Is it possible it might dissuade other people, maybe even people whose values you don't like, from doing a similar thing? Possibly, even just a little bit. Maybe your answer is no, it will have no effect. But I gotta try, right? Weird, anon strangers on the internet teaching kids how to bypass their parents in relation to their own online presence is suspect as hell. You're clearly familiar with this person, you maybe have some sort of connection. I don't. To me, they're just some freak online. I even sought advice about this, and I was told to report that shit. And what I was told was way more extreme than anything I've said. The video is called a...
Oh.
I even sought advice about this, and I was told to report that shit. And what I was told was way more extreme than anything I've said.
All right. Yeah, that was it. That was Harmful's defense. Seems like Harmful's career is not ending after all. I guess now we can link Harmful's video here. Also link the guy that who made the disagreeing video. Do not leave, by the way. Don't leave any kind of harassment or anything. Just in case you want to check it out for yourself. I got nothing else. I got nothing else for tonight. I'm gonna send you all down to Harmful, since he has won the drama so far, unless this guy pulls some crazy shit, crazy evidence from the backlog or whatever. But yeah, see you guys later. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for watching, all that stuff. See ya.